Hey, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. This is Wendy Whitmore. I've been talking for the last 2 minutes, apparently with my mic muted, so I apologize for that. I'm not a traditional instructor in our program. I am instead the Chief Learning Officer of the FormEd Continuing Education Program, which means that I am the crazy person who makes sure that all of our content is as accurate and current and relevant in the industry as possible, and that our programs are very focused on the audience that is interested in this particular program and this particular content. So I apologize for the brief delay, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us in this overview of the FormEd Continuing Education Catalog Program. I very much appreciate you attending. If you have any questions as you go, aside from why the heck can't I hear anything, so I'm sorry about that, please feel free to post them in the questions box. If you would like, I do have the ability to unmute your mic, so if you would like to ask me a question out loud, feel free to post that, put your hand up or post that notification in the questions box, and I will be happy to unmute you so that you can ask a question out loud, since it's a small group today. FormEd recently attended for the first time the Learn Conference in Baltimore, and in the experience of that conference, we met a lot of very nice people with really excellent CE programs, and it struck us that the best relationship that we might be able to offer out to that community would be through our catalog partnerships. And so I thought today a good way to address those questions that we had during the conference would be to provide access to a brief overview of our company, what we do, and our partnership program. So if you have any questions as we go here, please feel free to post them in the question box or put your hand up, and I will respond to them that way, or I will unmic you or unmute your mic, and you can ask me verbally as well, since this is a relatively small group. So let me start by introducing FormEd Continuing Education. We are a company that is very focused on very relevant content development. This is what we do. Almost my entire team is focused on creating educational content that is either self-paced or instructor-led, all online, fully accredited, certification and career gap training, really intended to guide the community in either crossing over to healthcare or understanding health IT and its various components, areas of health information technology and healthcare compliance, regulatory issues, government incentive programs, security and HIPAA programs, and also some career gap training programs that are designed to introduce students to the healthcare industry as a potential area of educational development. So in other words, if you have students in your potential audience or learners in your potential audience who might like to look at career opportunities in healthcare, the areas that we cover are going to be similar to practice management, project management, medical assisting from a front desk standpoint, so a front desk of a medical office, those areas of expertise. Again, all of our education is provided online. We have e-learning that is accredited for nurses and physicians, for students, etc. And then we also have a really robust alumni community with a wealth of health IT information and career tools for them, and online networking that helps them to engage in professional collaboration, and that's our FormEd Pro Network. So not only are we able to provide your school or your continuing education program with some great healthcare titles and some career opportunities, but we also can provide your attendees of these programs with some outreach for potential employment and other things along those lines. Just so that you can understand, to get a brief understanding of our content, we've been around for quite a while, and our content is developed by subject matter experts in the healthcare industry specifically. So we go out of our way to make sure that our content is extremely relevant in the industry in the moment, so that if you have a certification from ForMed, your job opportunities, your professional improvement opportunities, your growth opportunities are recognized in the industry. We update our content regularly. We don't let it sit dormant. We present all of our content entirely online through either self-paced or instructor-led programs. As I mentioned, our training is recognized by various employment agencies and corporations and placement groups. We'll talk a little bit about some of those partners in a moment, and they are fully accredited on a lot of different levels. Right now, the bulk of our learning community will be students in schools and universities, folks who are finding content from CE catalogs, potentially like one that you might host, and employers and placement agencies, medical associations. Our learners are a lot of medical professionals, areas of industry consulting, healthcare vendors, and people who are out in the community who are hoping to cross over to healthcare. We get a lot of that in our potential relationship student enrollment. So that you understand, the catalog program that we provide is intended to make it very, very simple and very, very streamlined to deliver this kind of education via a website, via an existing catalog, through an alumni program, or a current education learning system. So we have a lot of flexibility here, but our catalog relationship program, the program that we're talking about today, talks really about or addresses really the idea that our catalog can very easily be integrated into your continuing education opportunities for your potential learners. So on the screen right now, I believe everybody can see the screen, I hope, yes. On the screen right now, you can see a sample of our catalog. Areas that we cover in our catalog, or topic areas that we cover, are going to be areas of healthcare compliance, healthcare incentives, health technology, and health management. And in these areas, and we'll take a quick look at the catalog in action in a moment, but in this catalog, you're covering both entry-level folks all the way up to people who are working in healthcare who need to stay up to date from a continuing education standpoint. We have new titles added to this catalog monthly. We are, in fact, in 2017 in the midst of an initiative to crowdsource additional content and catalog titles and certification opportunities for learners from vetted partners. So that means that we have a lot of partners out in the healthcare industry who have created content or who are developing content in areas of interest to our students, and we will be incorporating a lot of that content into the catalog. We've already started doing it in lots of interesting areas like legal and business management, and in those areas we're getting a lot of great feedback. So that's happening as well. We offer credentials, professional certification, seals, and what's nice about our catalog is that the students can buy a course, be enrolled in the course automatically, and begin automatically, on demand. Really any of our titles aside from our live events, and even in those cases, if they want to begin on demand, they can do so using the most recent recorded edition. So that is makes our catalog, I think, unique and also extremely flexible and accessible for your potential CE audiences. Our model of training has two different tails to the dog. One is that we have the self-paced model. That model has been very well received in the industry. We have something we call the 10-10-10 online training method. It's 10 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of audio and animated narrative review, and then a 10-question or 10-minute assessment. And what's nice about this model is that these bite-sized chunks make it very, very easy for students to start and stop and continue when they feel like it, and they can launch it at any time. There's no delay, no schedule, etc. If it is an instructor-led program, which we'll talk about in a moment, there is some additional access to the instructor from a Q&A standpoint. But so you know, we support all of our model of training, even the self-paced models, meaning that if the student has a question that is content related or operationally related, we have a live chat service available during business hours, Monday through Friday, and then we have an after-hours response through a messaging system inside the learning management system as well. So we have a lot of support for the students. So not only do we provide them with on-demand, launch right away, self-paced learning, but we give them access to support, and every single student gets a full year of access to every course that they select and purchase as a way to allow them to study at their own speed. We also offer instructor-led live webinar workshops. So you understand, these are virtual classroom settings. They basically cover all of the same materials that we provide in our self-paced model, but we attach an instructor to it. The benefit to that is that there are a number of students who really prefer or require or often find it more useful to have an instructor accessible to them to kind of walk them through the content. We have a couple of those every month, and in the new year, hopefully we'll be doing more of those every month. So in addition to the launch on demand, we also have some scheduled monthly live instructor-led workshops online. We have up to 500 seats in every one of those classes, and so there are lots of opportunities for students to join those courses. They do receive the same seals and certifications as the students in the self-paced model, and they received all of the self-paced content in addition. So it's a really beneficial program. All of these courses, both of these models, are fully available in the catalog that we would provide to you. So we have that pair of models of training interior. From some of our partner content that is coming in, our curated partner content, a lot of that is going to be in this instructor-led model. A little bit shorter courses in many cases, maybe an hour long, and those issue certificates as well. Those are going to give you credentials as well, and those are going to cover some expanded topics that are of interest to a lot of the healthcare industry continuing education professionals, including areas of legal requirement and areas of business management. So a lot of interesting titles being added to the catalog currently that are available and would be available in the shared catalog that we would offer out to our partners. From a credentialing standpoint, FormEd has certificates and certifications that are widely recognized. We have an oversight approval board interior for our accreditations, but then we also have continuing education approvals from a variety of accrediting bodies. So all of those are great selling points for our training. Our partner distribution method using our catalog involves the program that we're mostly talking about here, which is the idea that we can give you a fully cooked catalog ready to go with your branding on top. You can embed it into your current website, or you can drop us a high-res logo, and we can co-brand a landing page for you. I'll show you examples of how those look. And in that way, really almost overnight, you can have access to all of these accredited educational titles and career path bundles and workshops available to your continuing education audience. No upfront cost to the partner at all. No requirement of minimum sales. None of those things. Really all that happens is that we want to develop quality partnerships in the community, in the continuing education community, and we are so focused on that that we've designed a method that literally is seamless. You can flip the catalog on overnight. You can attach it to your website, embed it in your website with widgets. You can have a landing page with your branding on it if you prefer. And in every case, you're started almost immediately being able to provide access to these courses. In our primary model, the student can purchase through the catalog that you have on your site or that you've linked to. They can, upon purchase, receive their registration enrollment, their access to the dashboard, launch their training immediately, and they're ready to go. We handle all the payment collection. We handle all of the processing of student registrations. We handle all of the customer support as well as the student instructor support and all of the learning management system support. So everything, quite honestly, is managed by us. What you get is a access to this very robust catalog of healthcare CE. You get the opportunity to generate a 30% revenue capture from any converted sale from the catalog that is embedded in your site or is offered through your program. You, in addition, receive an opportunity to provide discounts to your potential buyers so that you are not competing with my retail public catalog. So you have a varying range of discount code opportunities that you can offer. And basically what's happening is that if you offer a discount out to your membership, your student population, your organization, you then will capture 30% of the final sale price of that course. And we will issue you a check or a direct payment for that conversion. So relatively simple, pretty seamless, not a lot of complication in our primary program, which is that catalog hosting relationship. Feel free to shoot questions as you think of them as I'm explaining this program up front. Just to give you some example of our distribution partnerships, we partner with online education programs, with continuing education catalogs, medical associations, schools and universities, publishing organizations, product and service companies, vendors. You know, it's a pretty broad collection. This is really just a smattering sampling of some of our more volume-oriented partners, and this gives you a good idea of kind of how we reach out to the market and who talks to the students on behalf of FormEd for us. We do have a public catalog, but a lot of our distribution happens, most in fact of our distribution happens through these various partnerships. Going out to the catalog itself, again, if you would like to ask some questions along the line, feel free to raise your hand or throw a question in the question box. I will send you a copy of this deck when I'm done, and also some links to some of these examples of partner sites. But as I mentioned, if you were to participate in our simplest, most seamless catalog program, essentially how that would work is that we would provide you with one of two things. Either we're going to do here what Ross University Medical School did, which is that they took our widget code and literally just embedded our catalog into their alumni website for this particular program. If you look at the top of their site, you can see that they've included a little summary of what we offer. They have decided to offer a 25% discount out to their Ross University alumni students, and they've earmarked the proceeds, their 30% of every conversion to their scholarship program. So this is one model of how a partner has come at this catalog share opportunity with us. Gives you a very good understanding of how that embed would work. behind the scenes really is just some very simple widget code that plunks these nice categories and catalog items onto your website. So if you have a web developer and a website design, you will find that this content literally just seamlessly is dropped into the back of your website code, and when you show it publicly, it will look like this. Very simple. So for this particular partner, let me show you an example of how this works. They've embedded it in their website. Somebody comes to the site and they want to select one of our mini courses here. They select it, they add it to the bag. Oops, I see I have a number of things in the bag right now. They can apply the ROS25 code to the bag. And when they apply it, that discount is automatically applied to their cart so that there's no hiccup in the process of this catalog, registering students, accepting payment, dropping them into the student dashboard, etc. It's very, very simple, very streamlined. The minute that they check out with this purchase, they are going to receive an email with login credentials, and they're going to be ready to go. So the good news is there really are zero barriers to entry to this program for our potential partners. The only barrier to entry, quite frankly, is marketing. You know, in terms of it turning into something lucrative on your end. What we have found is that the partners who are most successful with the catalog relationship are going to be the partners who spend the time and energy to outreach to their potential communities and let them know that this exists, what it means, what they potentially could what value they can find in this kind of courseware. We can help you with that language, but essentially if you make the effort to outreach to your potential community, you will see a revenue capture from this catalog. There's no question. And we've had a lot of incredibly lucrative catalog relationships with our partners as long as they make that marketing effort. So that's how that works. If you were to embed it into your website, that's what it would look like. If you wanted to send us a logo and have us create a catalog landing page for you, it would look like this. So one of our partners is a publishing group called High Tech Answers. They have essentially a bunch of blogs online that they provide out to a huge community of healthcare professionals. And what we did for them is we created a landing page that is essentially same thing, just the same catalog widget code right here, dropped onto a page on our server, and with a summary of the discount that they've decided to offer out to their potential readers of their blogs, etc. This URL right here at the top just says formatapproved.com/education/the partner name, and that's what you would have as an alternative for this content catalog available to you. The good news about this model is that it also can happen overnight. So let's say your web developers and designers or your school has kind of a slow process to roll out catalog changes or embed changes in your website. We can create one of these pages for you pretty much overnight, as long as we have a high-res logo for you. And then you can have one of these catalog pages available to link to an email, to a newsletter, to a new catalog promotion, anything that you're going to be doing in the new year. I did talk to a lot of people at the Learn conference who said that they were going to be publishing their catalogs very soon. Now I assume when they say publishing their catalog soon, they meant a print catalog. If you happen to be one of those potential partners with a print catalog, we have a number, we have all of these lovely graphics for you of these individual content areas, both in the categories of the of our catalog and also interior to the individual courses. We have all of these graphics, all of these seals, all of these descriptions. If you go interior to any of these courses, you're going to get a full description, module title, by module title, etc. And we would be happy to supply you with any of that information for your print catalogs as well, and a landing page URL, anything else that you need to promote. Does anybody have any questions? I tend to talk at high speeds without taking a breath. Does anybody have any questions as we go here? I can certainly mute your mic or take a question via text. Feel free to pop those in, but I will keep going so that you understand how this program goes if you don't have any immediate questions. If you do have some in your head but you're not ready to say them, I'm going to send a follow-up email to you. Feel free to shoot me an email back with any other questions that you might have as well. I will send you a copy of the little summary deck about our business. I will send you a link to the form to fill out to apply for our partnership program. But since I have you all on the line, I will also cover some other areas of continuing education relationship opportunities that FormEd does provide in case for some reason a public catalog or a complete catalog is not a fit for your specific organization. An alternative to our, and I'll just go to our partner program drop down here. An alternative to our hosting the FormEd catalog on your website, or having us host a page for you, is that you can also add FormEd courses to your learning management system or your catalog for resale. So if by any chance you are required to maintain all continuing education inside your LMS, we can do that. A slightly different program. Structurally, how we do that is a little different. Rather than managing all of the revenue capture and all of the customer support and all of those components, obviously that becomes a little bit more onerous on your end. But it's very, very seamless nonetheless. We have our content bundled into URL delivery or SCORM package delivery, all LMS compatible pretty much across the board, very easy to embed. And so that is one potential opportunity. How that works from a financial standpoint, save 30%, same exact 30% capture back if you want to host it in your own LMS. The only difference is that we track it using our package and URL delivery system, and we would send you an invoice once a month for anybody who converts, as opposed, and you do all the collecting of payment, etc., as opposed to the other way around. So that is totally an option. Several people at the Learn conference asked me about that. We have done that. I have no problems with that. It's a little less cumbersome for me, less work for me, but basically accomplishes the same thing for everybody all around. Very easy for us to do. And one of the added advantages to what we offer, so you know, is that we also, because we've been doing this for quite a long time, we also have a lot of potential HTML emails, marketing outreach materials, banners, things for your website, things for your newsletters that you can use to help promote this. We can't do the promotion for you, obviously. We can't reach out to your students for you. One more important point, a number of people asked me about this at the Learn conference. A number of folks asked me if you would get the student enrollment information, and the answer to that is yes. Not only will you know how many people purchased through our catalog or through into the LMS for you, but you will receive all of that contact information for those people. So as an additional component, so that you know you're not going to lose any of these potential students, any of this potential opportunity. Once they've registered for a course through the catalog that we share with you, you're going to get, when you get your payment information, you will also get that contact information. So that's all proprietary to you. So that is essentially the FormEd Plus Partner Program. Those are the two primary areas. For those who, for whatever reason, are not catalog hosts and or looking to embed full courses in their catalog. We also, for schools and universities, provide access to our content for larger curriculum programs. We have a number of groups that we work with where our HIPAA content, for instance, or components of our learning are included with larger classroom delivery of bigger programs. We're happy to do that. And we also have many partnerships where we've mixed and matched a lot of these opportunities. The one I showed you just earlier, the Alumni Association with Ross, we have a number of different aspects of our relationship with them. We provide them with content for their medical school curriculum, as well as this catalog hosting relationship for their alumni program. So again, very seamless, very straightforward, accredited CE in healthcare, career path training, intro courses, upper level courses for healthcare professionals, all of that available via this very streamlined catalog opportunity, either embedded in your current website or potentially out to your a link out to the catalog that is branded to you on our server. That's our primary program. We can start that today. And we track all of that revenue that comes through your site, your website or your hosted site, and we pay 30% of all of those conversions back to you. That is the simplicity of this program. And it is available to you overnight. If you need to embed in your learning management system, that sometimes requires a little testing on your end, and if you need to include it in your print catalog, we have all kinds of materials for you to do that so that you can easily print that information into your catalog, a summary of the content, a summary of our products, all of that as well. Hopefully that answers all of your initial questions about our continuing education catalog program. I will send everyone a copy of the deck, a copy of the recording of this session, and also a link to the course or the program registration form. And you will have my email address in that communique, so if you have any other questions or if you'd like to call me, all of my contact information will be there. I'm happy to discuss it with you at length after the session in person. So thanks very much to my team who's on here listening, and also to the folks who have come in from the Learn Conference. We very much appreciate you considering hosting our catalog and partnering with us, and we hope to talk to you soon.